Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Nadia Rajput from DESI TV USA. Let's have a look at the headlines. US President Donald Trump on Wednesday expressed concern about the severe repercussion of the Middle East war on global financial system during his meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in the Oval Office. Hundreds of prominent Jordanian political leaders and public figures have called for the withdrawal of United States troops from Jordan amid growing regional tensions. US President Donald Trump has described his meeting with Ukrainian President Zelenskyy and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu as very good and productive. Pakistan's Deputy Foreign Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq has called for comprehensive reforms to the United Nations Security Council. Let's look into details. US President Donald Trump on Wednesday expressed concern about the severe repercussion of the Middle East war global financial system during his meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in the Oval Office. And the US President, according to an Israeli official speaking to the news wire, reportedly emphasized that hostilities and high energy prices threaten international trade. Netanyahu responded by asserting that Tehran is using its influence over the Strait of Hormuz and as its final remaining level to extract concessions from Washington. Although the Prime Minister acknowledged the US President's fear of a worldwide economic downturn, he urged a continued maritime blockade to intensify the financial squeeze on Tehran. According to the report, the visit occurred amid public friction between the two leaders. Trump recently criticized the Prime Minister for publicly voicing concern about Iran's nuclear facilities instead of discussing them privately. Hundreds of prominent Jordanian political, legal, and public figures have called for the withdrawal of United States troops from Jordan amid growing regional tensions. According to the New York Times, hundreds of Jordanians signed an open letter last week urging the government to end the presence of U.S. forces in the country. The letter represents a rare public challenge in Jordan, where criticism of government policies is often limited. The appeal comes as Iranian missile and drone attacks have increasingly targeted U.S. military forces and installation in Jordan. The repeated attacks have triggered air raid sirens across the country and raised concerns that Jordan could be drawn into a wider regional conflict despite its effort to stay out of the crisis. Those behind the letter said they acted out of concern for Jordan's sovereignty and national security. They argued that the continued presence of U.S. troops exposes the country to unnecessary security, political, and economic risks. Iranian Swedish political analyst Trita Parsi also commented on the issue, saying many Jordanians believing hosting U.S. military bases puts the country's security at great risk. He added that both the region and the United States would be better served if regional countries took responsibility for their own security.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130-plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.
US President Donald Trump had described his meeting with Ukrainian President Zelenskyy and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu as very good and productive. Netanyahu and Zelenskyy were in Washington to attend a memorial service for Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, who passed away earlier this month. Graham was widely regarded as a stronger supporter of both Israel and Ukraine. Following the meetings, President Donald Trump shared separate posts on his Truth Social platform, saying he had discussed a range of important issues with both leaders. However, he didn't disclose any specific details about the discussions. In his post regarding Prime Minister Netanyahu, Trump wrote, "Had a very good meeting. Obviously, many important subjects were discussed. The meeting came amid reports that Trump had expressed frustration ahead of his talks with Netanyahu after details of the Israeli leader planned discussions. Points on Iran were reportedly leaked to the media. While the White House has not released further information about the meetings, they come at a time of heightened tensions in the Middle East and ongoing efforts to address the conflicts involving both Israel and Ukraine. Pakistan Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq had called for comprehensive reforms to the United Nations Security Council, urging the international community to build a more democratic, representative, and accountable global system. Speaking at a meeting of the Group of Friends of Global Governance at the United Nations, Ishaq said the world is facing multiple and interconnected challenges, including armed conflicts, climate change, food security, and governance issues arising from rapidly advancing technologies. He stressed that unilateral actions and the selective application of international law are weakening global stability and undermining confidence in the international system. Dar said the current global situation demands renewed international cooperation and solidarity, emphasizing that the world urgently needs a more effective system of global governance based on the principle and purposes of the United Nations Charter. The Deputy Prime Minister reiterated that reforming the UN Security Council is essential to ensure it better reflects today's global realities and is capable of addressing modern challenges in a fair, transparent, and effective manner. That's all for now. Keep watching DESI TV USA. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And don't forget to watch our channels DTVNN and DESI Urdu TV.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130 plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.